The lesson I want you to learn is it doesn't matter what you look like.
I thought an appropriate follow-up to Robert Eggers' Nosferatu was Roger Corman's final directorial feature that brings our favorite undead splintered corpse back to life. And a classic that many may have never seen. I'm talking about Frankenstein Unbound from 1990. I remember on a cold November day, a few pals of mine and myself ventured over the icy tundra to be the only souls in the theater for this one. I love a good Frankenstein movie and hadn't seen it since that fateful night. Upon a rewatch, I couldn't honestly believe how great this movie really is.
Victor did not make you, did he?
No.
For now, you're only able to view it on YouTube. I'll leave the link below. We begin with John Hurt, who plays Dr. Buchanan from the future, 2031 to be exact, just around the corner, who created a device.
A weapon beyond your wildest imagination, General. A particle beam that simply makes the enemy disappear.
Only hiccup is that it's causing a bit of a rift.
Can give your armed forces the power of a black hole.
Not knowing where items vanish off can be a bit of a problem.
So we have a side effect to contend with.
Which the good doctor inevitably discovers upon being zapped from outside his house. He and his trusty all-wheel drive talking Aztec concept car reappear on the Swiss countryside in 1817.
Zero pollution, maximum ozone shield. Something tells me we're not in New Los Angeles anymore.
The screenplay was adapted from Brian Aldiss's 1975 novel by the same title, where Buchanan stumbles into Victor Frankenstein, played by the late great Raul Julia.
Is your attire the result of Napoleon's defeat, or have you been abandoned by a circus?
Who knows exactly where to dial in his performance along with Hurt.
The digits change shape? Are they filled with mercury?
Of course, Buchanan never got the Doc Brown memo on going back in time.
The results of which could cause a chain reaction that would unravel the very fabric of the space-time continuum and destroy the entire universe!
Eventually introducing Victor to his female version of Kit.
This electric carriage.
While simultaneously taking leisurely drives through archaic villages, which of course won't have any repercussions, attending a trial of a young woman who's been implicated in killing Victor's younger brother.
She lacks the physical strength necessary to commit the crime as described, so of course she's accused of witchcraft.
Confronting Victor while also discovering his monster.
I will crush everyone around you.
Played with great prowess by Nick Brimble.
I know of your discovery. I know that you put life into that creature. And I know that he is killing.
I wanted to give man the power to create life.
This chance meeting with all three only raises the stakes.
You cannot let her pay for your sins.
What sins? I'm a scientist. I cannot sin. She must die.
A dead-end conversation here leads Buchanan to Mary, where we also bump into Jason Patrick of all people.
My God. These lenses are exceptional. Are you an inventor?
As a fan myself of inserting historical people and places into fiction, Lord Byron was a romantic literary figure in his own right at the time. He introduces our doctor to Percy Shelley, who is also a known poet and to be the eventual husband to Mary Shelley.
My love.
This role was filled by the late Michael Hutchins from In Excess.
Gateway to a distant world.
The gallows are calling as Buchanan's fruitless attempt to free the girl fall on no action from all parties. Buchanan takes Mary for a ride as she returns the favor.
Percy and Byron preach free love. I practice it.
Presenting her with the finished printed works of her yet-to-be-written infamous Frankenstein or the Modern Prometheus.
My book will be known in the future.
Victor also discovers this manuscript.
This is your future.
As the monster finally acts out on his previous threat, on our dear Elizabeth, whose final ride was to meet up with her fiancé Victor.
Victor made me.
He would not want you to hurt me.
I know.
Buchanan's four-wheeled sidekick has computed the likelihood of being able to return home.
All probabilities indicate that it is not possible to reverse a time slip effect.
Choosing to take action regardless of where he may end up.
Goodbye, Dr. Buchanan.
He tries to stop the madness, which Victor has again successfully revived a corpse from the beyond.
She lives!
The universe cooperates in more ways than one.
Meet my monster.
Sending Buchanan, Frankenstein, the monster, and bride to an icy wasteland. Sets throughout this film are top tier from Corman. This particular set piece is one of my all-time favorites. As Monster's new bride has barely taken her first breath, she remembers Victor only to end herself just as quickly, sending Victor's beast into a tirade. A final wish has Buchanan chasing after this abomination, tracing footsteps to an underground bunker of Buchanan's own creation. Our classic monster is finally put out of his own misery, courtesy of Buchanan's handiwork that carried through from the beginning.
You don't understand.
Ending with Buchanan discovering a city beyond the snow, realizing he must have shaped an alternative future from his own. Whether you're a Frankenstein or H.G. Wells fan, to say the least, this was a fun little diamond I was thrilled to rediscover. Until next time.
I did not ask to be made monstrous.
Thank you to our YouTube members and everyone out there for your continued support. And Hail Cthulhu!